drop a fortune to enter a map, only to be taken down almost as soon as you spawn? Not sure what equipment to bring with you to maximize your gains? In this episode, we'll take a look at the various strategies you can use for the Armory map to ensure that you extract with an armful of loot. There's a required minimum gear value and entrance fee for the Armory, which is the highest of all maps in Arena Breakout to date. If you're new to the Armory map, we recommend that you gear up in the cheapest way possible for your first few raids while you get yourself acquainted with the map. On Armory, you're going to run into militants with decent gear, so we recommend that you equip yourself with at least Class 4 armor. The Spartan B is a great start. As far as weapons go, consider using a partially modded weapon that delivers balanced performance without breaking the bank, such as an M4A1 with a carbine stock and a triangular front grip. It's best that you load up with Class 4 ammo or above, since Class 4 is the standard on Armory. If budget is a concern, you can try ditching the helmet altogether and loot headgear during the raid instead. On Armory, one thing you can't go without is a headset. Equip a commander headset at the minimum. If budget is less of a concern, and if indoor firefights are a piece of cake for you, gear up with a fully modded H416 or VSS. For those of you who prefer to engage the enemy from a distance, you may want to look at a fully modded AX50 or M110 instead. Having powerful weapons is useless if you don't have good protection. You may want to gear up with Class 4 armor, such as the IND-70 tactical helmet, along with KN composite body armor, which will maximize the protection you enjoy and give you more than a fighting chance to strike back at your opponents. As for a headset, the GS2 is a good choice. There are 8 spawn points on Armory, and they're all located outside. They're all relatively close to each other, so we recommend that you move quickly and get ready for action as soon as you spawn. Let's take a look at the various ways you can move around the map. North side spawns. These are best for second tier looting early in the raid. If you spawn near the barn, as you'll be a good distance away from the Armory, don't rush for it straight away. Instead, try searching the barn for useful supplies, clearing out enemies, and farming bullets first to maximize your earnings. If you spawn closer to the gas station, you may want to head for the second floor safe first, and then set up shop at the field hospital and wait for a good opportunity to enter the Armory. South side spawns. Perfect for an early Armory push. Those of you who spawn south of the canal can make a beeline for the Armory to make a grab for the goodies there. Of course, you can also choose to lie in wait for other mercenaries coming in from the north first. Players who spawn at the shooting range in the lower left corner of the map have the shortest distance to cover to get to the Armory. Players who spawn at the radar station in the center of the map can consider making a quick search for loot before the militants also spawn. Then head for the Armory. Those of you who spawn at the field hospital can search the drawers inside the hospital first, or choose to lie in wait here for other players coming through from the gas station to the north. Armory entrances. There are 3 entrances to the Armory on the east, center, and west sides. If you're using the east entrance, once you flip the switch, you have to wait 1 minute and 40 seconds before you can enter the Armory properly. You may wish to make use of this time to search the nearby drawers, where valuable items are often found. Then, once the door is open, if you see a large number of enemies gathered, try using the armored door to funnel and finish them off one by one. Once you're done cleaning up, take a quick look to see if the west entrance is in use. If it's still closed, you can proceed to make a quick search of the various resource points within, like the number 1 and number 2 lounges. If you're using the center entrance, there's also a waiting time of 1 minute and 40 seconds between flipping the switch and opening the door. However, as this entrance is located between the east and west entrances, if all 3 entrances are open, there's a good chance that you'll be caught in a pinch. Instead, try watching and waiting outside for a good opportunity to enter the Armory, or attack the players using the west entrance instead. The west entrance is the quickest way into the Armory, as the waiting time for the door is only 1 minute. However, it's strongly advised to use smoke grenades when the door opens to prevent any snipers who may be lying in wait from taking you down. Once you're in, you can choose to head for the room that requires the blue key card, where premium supplies are most likely to appear, or set up an ambush at the east or center entrances. Extraction strategies. Given the rather special extraction conditions in place for the Armory, we suggest that you trigger the canal extraction point around 10 minutes before the end of the raid. This should give you enough time to search for supplies and ensure that you won't be caught in an extended firefight, and ultimately lose the opportunity to extract. Once the canal extraction point is closed, you could also flip the extraction point switch at the center entrance for the radar station or underground mine extraction points instead. Of course, if you find yourself running short on time, it may be best to ditch your backpack and use the extraction points on either side of the map instead. We hope you have a better idea of the various equipment, combat, and extraction strategies needed to cope with the Armory. It's a high-risk, high-reward map. See you again soon in the next episode of Loot Collector.